All right. Well, thank you guys for being here. You know, we had two very close NFC and AFC championship games last night, but the real action was here on the streets in the city of Hartford, where our DPW trucks have been doing an incredible job clearing that snow, 17 inches, a really significant snowstorm, the biggest storm we've seen in over a decade. And folks have been out for now over 24 hours clearing these roads. And we feel comfortable now to say that at 1 p.m. today, we're going to be lifting the parking ban here in the city of Hartford. We want to be able to make sure that people can get their cars, get back to work, get back to what they need to do today. Those lots will stay open until 6 p.m. So if you have your car in a blue light lot at one of the schools, at one of the other blue light lots, you have until 6 p.m. to get your car back out of those lots. Obviously, we urge you to continue to be mindful of these plows. They're going to continue to be on the roads. They're going to be continuing to clear snow. If you're in some of those narrower roads, narrower alleys, make sure that you're not the person blocking traffic there. Try to find somewhere else to park. Make sure those plows can get through. They're doing an incredible job. They've been going for now over 24 hours trying to stay alert and trying to stay out there on those roads and be safe. And so let's work together. I've got to say this, City of Hartford, you guys have done an incredible job in this snowstorm. Our DPW has done a great job. Our fire and police have done great, have been great in coordinating. But the city residents have gotten their cars off the streets. They have stayed off the streets. They've made it possible to plow these streets together. This has been a group effort, and we appreciate so much everybody working together, rowing in the same direction. I've heard incredible stories of people checking in on their neighbors, checking in on their friends, making sure that unhoused residents are getting off the streets. It takes all of us to be able to get through a storm like this, a storm of this magnitude. And the City of Hartford has done a great job, but obviously none more than our DPW. And we're here with our DPW director, Chris Hayes. Every single employee was called in. Every single employee was out clearing roads, clearing sidewalks, making sure that this city can be safe and that we can get back to business. Thank you, Hartford, and let's keep working together over the next 24 hours.
Mayor, you mentioned that people, for the most part, heeded the advice to stay off. In New Haven, I think like hundreds of cars were towed. Were some cars still towed here?
Yeah, that happens in big cities. You know, in almost every snowstorm we have about 300 or 400 cars that got towed. This was not no exception, but we wanted to make sure every single car was off that road. I will tell you, PD has told me that this is some of the best compliance they've ever seen in a storm. People really listen. They heard you guys on the news, so thank you for trumpeting that message. They listened and they got their cars off the road. As we were going around yesterday, those roads were clear. Obviously, it was near whiteout conditions, but people were staying off those roads, both on foot and out of their cars, and they were letting DPW do their job, and DPW has done a great job, and we just want to say thank you for working together.
And can we hear from Chris? Like, how are the guys feeling right now after working 24 hours straight? What are you focusing on now that most of the roads have been cleared?
Yeah, so first off, what we tend to do is give our teams breaks throughout, so everyone has had time to rest and breaks, because these are very large trucks. This is very serious and dangerous equipment, and we want to make sure our team is as sharp as possible. But outside of that, we are still pushing back roads, opening more of our secondary streets in our neighborhoods now that our A routes are fairly complete. And then we'll be back at it after the end of today. We'll be coming back starting tomorrow night to start doing snow hauling and removal from those major arteries throughout the city where we need to truck the snow out.
Now, we've been seeing big piles of snow across the city. What do you guys plan on doing with that?
Sure. Many of those piles are put together by our corporate residents in the city, and their snow contracts will haul that snow out. But the road snow that ends up piling and affecting some of these streets, that'll end up getting trucked out to one of the snow storage lots that the city has throughout the city.
Now, we understand you guys did an amazing job clearing the roads, but what's next? Are you guys going to start treating it now with the salt?
Yeah, they're treating and pushing back corners and intersections now, and then we'll move to the snow hauling operation tomorrow.
What's been the direction around fire hydrants? Because I've seen some of them have been cleared. You guys have been working to clear the sidewalks, but some of those fire hydrants I've seen still have not been cleared, unfortunately.
Yep, the Hartford Fire Department partners with DPW to go out and shovel out a number of those fire hydrants. So it's a group effort.
Can you talk more about the strategy behind clearing the roads out? As you kind of said before, now is the treating process, but I noticed as the morning kind of started off, it was plow the roads and then kind of get everything piled up, then the salt started coming out. So what's the strategy from the morning over the afternoon?
Sure, and really what it comes down to is when you have large amounts of snow like this, putting down that salt in the middle of the storm ends up being a waste. We're all aware that across the state, salt supplies are starting to dwindle. So for us, the focus was do that first treatment as the first flakes fell yesterday morning. Then it was just a push operation, get the roads open, and now as we have scraped all that snow off the roads, this is when we treat.
Mayor, do you have any advice to businesses right now? There's a lot of different pieces of advice going around. Of course, the governor said if you can, stay home, don't go out. But some people do have to go to work. So, what is the directive for businesses in Hartford?
Everybody has approached this differently. Everybody's got different jobs. I will tell you, at City Hall, we have made all of our meetings virtual. We're closed for the day. But I'll say this as well. We're planning to reopen tomorrow. City Hall will be reopened starting in the morning, and we expect there to be enough clearance on the roads that we can get back to business. I've spoken to the superintendent this morning, and Hartford Public Schools, he's informed me, will be closed tomorrow. And so everyone's going to treat this differently. But make decisions that are wise for your employees. Make decisions that make sense for your business. Make sure we prioritize safety as a city. Safety is always the most important. But I will tell you, using City Hall as an example, and my own employees, we feel like we are comfortable going back in tomorrow. These roads are already in incredible condition, and I will say, to get through a snowstorm like this without any major incidents, I think it's noteworthy. That's something to speak to. The level of coordination between our police department, our fire department, DPW, the ability of DPW to get in there, clear those roads, make sure those main arteries are clear, those areas around hospitals, and then the side streets, those roads and neighborhoods. It takes an incredible amount of coordination. And as Chris said, with making sure that the salt supply, and you can see the salt dome back there, we're still doing pretty well as a city in managing our salt supply. We were really able to weather this storm, no pun intended, pretty well as a city. And it's a remarkable testament to the work of so many dedicated public officials here in the city and all of our employees here at DPW and across our first responders. We really feel like it is possible to get back to work tomorrow, and we're doing that at City Hall. But we continue to urge caution today, and as much as possible, make those meetings virtual, have phone conversations, but try to at least until the parking ban gets lifted at 1 o'clock, try to make sure you're staying clear of those roads.
I'm sorry.
As far as the warming centers, we understand that they're at capacity or near capacity. What locations are at that?
We still urge anyone who is unhoused to go to those warming centers. The way those work is those warming centers each have a capacity, but during cold weather protocol, which the governor has implemented until Wednesday, individuals are able to receive other access to certain hotels, motels, other forms of shelter and from the state. And so we are triaging that through our warming centers. We encourage anybody who's out there to get off the streets. I will say, in the city of Hartford, we want to make sure that nobody is left out in the cold here. And so we have been really active in getting out there and making sure that we get the unhoused population off those streets. We have our police department sends up a drone with thermal imaging that can see if there are individuals who are under bus shelters, under overpasses, who we need to go and get to get off of the streets during this cold. The last thing we want to see is someone in critical condition or worse because of this cold. And so we're urging everybody to get inside. There is capacity for anybody right now during the cold weather protocol. And so, even though those warming centers might look like they're at capacity, make sure you get inside, go talk to them, make sure that they're triaging you and finding you a place to be. Tonight, it's going to continue to be cold until Wednesday. It's some of the coldest days. Even though the snow is letting up, it continues to be very, very cold temperatures, and we need to make sure everybody's inside during these cold nights. Thank you.
You said the warming centers have reached full capacity. Do you have an idea of how many people are using them?
Yeah, so the capacity right now at the city-run warming center is 65. The capacity at Center Church, I think, is 45. On the first night of the cold weather protocol, I know that they surged, and the city had about 110 folks in there. The Center Church had about 80 folks in there, but those individuals have been triaged and were sent to various other locations, either other shelters throughout the state or into hotels and motels while this cold weather protocol is ongoing. So we continue to monitor those numbers, but the key is there is some place for everyone to go while the cold weather protocol is up. And both during the days, we have a whole list of places that serve as warming centers during the days, and you can see that on the City of Hartford's website or at 311 by calling 311. But even overnight, 24/7, there's somewhere for anybody in this city who needs shelter to go. So we encourage you to go to one of those warming centers, either on Capitol Ave at Holy Trinity or at Center Church on Main Street, or dial 211 and make sure that you're connected to services. No one should be let outside in this cold. That's a value that we all hold, and we appreciate the coordination with the state to make sure that that is possible during these cold days. All right, thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it. Yeah.
And stay warm. Have fun
You too.
later.